It is on. This is Akilon Wastes. And spawning in the top left-hand position from Woongjin Stars, the Blue Protoss, his name is Free. There he is. Veteran to Starcraft, of course, but doing surprisingly well in Starcraft2 as well. I think they really want to showcase the new Woongjin Stars logo there as well.
Oh.
Of course, there. What?
Seems like we were slightly slow on the transition, so now spawning on the bottom right position as the orange Protoss. His name is Oz, playing for EG Liquid. You know, I was waiting for the camera to turn to this side, and I'm like, wait, did they mix up the whole decals and everything for a second?
I have to say the EGTL logo or emblem looks really cool.
Oh, it's much better than the beta one. If you, the beta one actually, you couldn't tell apart the EG logo and the TL logo. In fact, the EG logo was just a complete circle.
No, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't look nice.
I like him to say it was absolutely horrible. It was literally killing esports. It was just that bad. There's, of course, Coach Park, new coach recruited by Evil Geniuses, Team Liquid, to coach their team and hopefully give them a shot at the Pro League playoffs.
Certainly not new to Pro League. And last 5 games, Woongjin Stars, they're on a 5-game losing streak. Well, winning streak.
I was going to say, like, I think you got those teams mixed up there.
Well, EGTL, 1 win and 4-game losing streak.
Unfortunate for them. So it's really towards the end of the last round, they were not performing well at all.
In fact, it was a complete shutout against Woongjin, against KT, against SK Telecom T1.
Those are all very strong teams, and I believe that's, I think, the first 3 place teams right now, if I can recall. CJ's probably around there somewhere, because they're always really close to SK and KT roster, at least throughout the season. But yeah, those are good teams, and they got shut out. So now,
oh my God,
what?
The triple 60%. Terran 13 and 8, 61.9%. Zerg 60.5%. Protoss 66.7%.
Ooh, those are some pretty darn good ratios right there. Basically, in StarCraft, whenever you look at a player's stats and when they have a good amount of games to their name, if a player has won at least 50% of their games, it's like, all right, they're at least decent. You know, they're not a bad player. If they have 60% or more, it's like, this guy is actually a really good, solid player. If they have like 65% or more, it's like, oh, this guy's actually like really good. And if they have 70% or more, then their name is Flash.
Yeah.
Or, or MVP.
Yes, actually that's true, because back in Brood War, Flash, just checking it right now, all of his matchups, he was at 71%. Like, I'm not even, I want to fake this, but his PvP was really lackluster because it was 69.7%. And by that, I mean Flash was dominating in Brood War, and if you still get triple 60, it's not as dominant, but it's still great.
All right, so it looks like we have a fast Nexus going down for Oz here, and he's playing a build where you get some sentries out pretty early on. You play very defensive, go for that fast expansion, and essentially hold on until you use your superior economy to win the game. And I think Woongjin Stars is free. He ain't having any of that. He's putting down a 3rd gate. He's going for the Stargate tech play, and I think he's going to be very aggressive this game.
So back in 2009, July 8th, Oz defeated Free, and their head-to-head score is 1-0. That was back in Brood War, by the way.
Yeah, that's just still a little interesting. I think Free has probably forgotten that by this point. Maybe someone told him, this guy actually beat you like years ago, and he's like, what? I don't remember that.
Yeah, and of course, 1,000 days since last game. Now Oz, he hallucinated Phoenix to see where the pylon is, and now he knows that he needs to play defensive after going for such early Nexus.
I actually really like the use of the hallucinated Phoenix there in order to get some good scouting information, and that just comes from getting such a fast sentry out. Getting that scout off is so important if you're going to go for this build. And look at this! Everything is completely scouted. Oz knows exactly what's coming his way. It's entirely up to him now to, essentially defend against this attack. And okay. That was, okay, never mind. That was the mothership for the, mothership core for Free. I thought that was the mothership core for Oz for a second there. I was like, why is he flying over his opponent's Stargate there? That'd be kind of weird.
That would be really weird.
I'm like, you're going to have no energy now because you're going to have to recall out of there. What are you doing, man?
Okay, I don't think Free got a scouting on Oz's main base, and now Free's playing a little bit more safe after seeing the Phoenix. He actually pulled back his Stalkers a little bit and then just trying to play safe until the Oracle arrives, and that allows Oz to mine from the natural.
Indeed, so this is essentially going to be Oz. How is his composure? Okay, he spots this immediately, so he's going to be pretty much prepared for any type of attack here. The problem is there's going to be an Oracle going into the main base, but no! Oz, he already has 2 Stalkers there. He is completely prepared for this pressure here, and now behind this, he's getting Blink, and I have to say, Oz, I mean, he may lose a few probes there, but I think this Oracle, it's going to go down. 5 kills, 6 kills, and it goes down, and that's going to end the pressure there, and Free, I actually think he's kind of behind now. He was trying to go for this pressure, but Oz, his build, he scouted everything. He has a superior economy now. He's going to have Blink, and I think this is actually going to open up a very strong timing for him to hit against Free and prevent that expansion from going up.
Most definitely. I mean, if you're going Oracles, if your opponent is still sitting on 1 base, if it's a similar situation, getting up to 6 probes, you know, kind of justifies, or actually you put yourself ahead of your opponent. But this is a different story. Oz went for the expansion. It was not punished. 6 probes have been killed, but Free just finished his natural probe, and here comes the Blink Stalkers. Now, EGTL, they've been on a huge set losing streak. I think 16 set losing streak. Can they break it today?
Well, it's going to be up to new recruit Oz in order to make it happen. Okay, he's moving up right now. The problem is that Mothership Core, it has full energy, so we can see the Nexus Cannon go down. It goes down. Look at the positioning, though, for Oz. He's staying right outside the range. Nice force fields going down there. Not absolutely capturing any units there. I think that's what he was hoping to do, but they will not do that. I would love to see maybe some Blink into the main base and do some harassment there, but now the pressure is on, and it's going to be up to Oz using excellent control here to make something happen. More force fields going down. He's able to get 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, not bad, wasting 3 forest fields, but, you know, at this point, picking off any units possible is good for Oz. He's ahead by that 6 supply as well, and actually gets 4 Stalkers in the base here. That's going to force the Nexus Cannon on the main base here, but look at this. Oz does not care. He's going after probes, and he's moving back his main army, so he's just trying to do as much economic damage as possible right now with these Stalkers.
This also means that there is not going to be any Nexus Cannon at the natural, so if Oz actually decides to commit an attack at the natural, it might actually work out, but no, Oz does not want to pressure. He did kill to 9 probes, which was fantastic.
Absolutely. 9 probes killed is nothing to complain about. And now, okay, this Prox Pilot, it's going to get taken out there. This is, of course, Coach Park, the Woongjin Stars coach as well. And I think we're going to be seeing a reversal of aggression here. I think that it's time for Free to put on the aggression. Both players putting their robos down. It looks like Oz is slightly ahead here, though. He is actually pretty far ahead in supply as well, 88 to 78, so a nice little advantage there. Both players do have Blink as well. But, ooh, we have a Dark Shrine being built by Oz.
So is Oz going to make a few Dark Templars and try to sneak it around? Is he using that to get some Archons out? We're going to have to see. Most likely, it's going to be a DT. And now, using the Hallucinated Phoenix to blink inside the main base, doing the same thing that Oz did a few seconds ago.
Yes, nice use of Blink Stalkers there. How many probes is going to be able to kill? It's a lot of probes. Have actually already been killed, and also the Dark Shrine is going to get scouted here as well. The Stalkers, okay, they're forward blinking there. Another blink from from Free as well. And these Stalkers, they were able to actually kill a lot of probes. Wow, up to 20 have been killed here, and that's actually a very significant number.
It is, most definitely. And behind this, Free saw everything.
He did. Free saw everything. He knows exactly what's coming his way. I guess he was actually able to see the robotics as well. 43 to 40, so Free, I think he's actually managed to even up this game here.
Oh, most definitely. Look at the probe count. He actually is in the lead. 45 probes to 42 probes. When it comes to Stalkers, he's slowly behind. When it comes to firepower, yes, there's a little difference here and there, but as long as he defends the DT, no problem. You know, he's going to be so far ahead because Oz did go for the DTs, but the cost is not going to be justified if the DTs don't do anything.
Yeah, so we have a Hallucinated Phoenix scouting around over here, wants to see what Free is up to. He's going to scout those additional gateways. I have to say, both players have been doing a great job scouting this game, and I love that they're being so active with those Phoenixes, and that's just going to become so common in all the matchups. just as Heart of the Storm evolves.
Yeah, Hero was known for going for hallucination, using the Phoenix to scout around his opponent's main base, and now since you don't need any upgrades to go for hallucination, if your Sentry saves up too much energy, just use it once in a while, scout your opponent completely, and you're good to go. By the way, Phoenix is the fastest unit out there. They're even faster than Oracle, so
I think with the expansion, I think Mutalisks are slightly faster.
Well, you can't hallucinate
No, you can't.
So.
That's absolutely true. All right, so it looks like both players are adding Archons into the mix now as well. Or I guess just Oz for now, but I would imagine that Woongjin Stars' Free will do that eventually. Both players getting charged now. It looks like Free's charge will finish a little bit faster, but I have to say overall, army composition-wise, it looks like Oz has a slightly more scary army here. But these Stalkers, they could all blink into the main base here or try to catch Oz off guard here. This is a bit of a weird position. I think he was expecting the third base actually to be in that position, but no, it's actually going to be at the 3 o'clock position here. And now Oz, he knows exactly where his opponent's units are. 4 more Stalkers getting blinked into the main base here, and now his main army is a little bit less strong, but a lot of these probes, they're going to get damaged here, and Oz pulling his probes right now. Where is the reinforcements used to that Mothership Core? There he is. He's going to go ahead and make that Nexus Cannon. Those Stalkers are eventually going to have to run out of here, but not before doing a good amount of damage to those probes and forcing them to be pulled off.
And there's a main battle in the middle of the field. The force fields are going down. Blink back with the Stalkers, trying to get into better position. Time warp on the main army, and the Zealots are actually getting next to the Stalkers.
It looks like Free, he had a bit of a better arc here. The supplies, though, they're still in Oz's favor here, and the Immortals, they need to be focusing down those Immortals right now, and with the reinforcements from Oz still very close between both players here, I think that Oz, he's going to back up here with his units, but the supplies are still just slightly in his favor.
If he just uses the Nexus Cannon at the natural, he could still save it, but the problem is the third base. So now Free goes in there. Oz, if he wants to eat those units alive, he needs to snipe the Mothership Core before the recall, or just trap the units inside there.
This is very close. Free now, very far ahead in supplies here. This is so tense right now. Oz absolutely has to hold on to that third base, using that Mothership Core to defend that third base, buying himself a little bit of time, but unfortunately, Free has been able to get... Oh, no, both players have started to even out in the supply now, and Free, he's moving in here. He needs to make something happen. Will he be able to win the fight here? It's going to be very close. Both players have very similar army compositions, but I feel like Oz, this time around, he has a slightly better arc, and then we have a time warp going down on those Stalkers. Will it make a big difference, though? Both players still have a very, very close army count, but I think that Oz, he's managed to push Free back. Free is getting an expansion behind this, but he also he is locking the +1 upgrade that Oz has right now.
Yeah, you really can't ignore the power of the Archons that Free had, so that's why he decided to push for it. But when the Mothership Core went down, when he saw that his opponent had one more Immortal, he said, you know what, I'm not going to risk it, I'm just going to take a third base for myself while pressuring so that my third base does not get harassed, and I kill more probes, I dwindle his army, and just play a late game.
And so, very interesting to see a Skyless PvP style without Phoenix, without Void Rays, and without Colossus.
Oh, it's still possible because you can mass gateway units, and even if your opponent has a couple of Void Rays, if there's too many Stalkers out on the field, Void Rays are nothing.
Exactly, and if you see your opponent going for some Void Rays, you can simply get some temps out the pretty much hard counter them.
Yes, completely.
All right, so we do have some Stalker harassment going from both sides. Oz, he was able to clean up some of the pylons, and he does have a pretty significant supply advantage right now. And I also want to mention that his macro this game has been quite impressive. He is certainly not floating much whatsoever. Free destroying the rocks there near his third base. He wants to make sure that that expansion is quite hard to attack into. And now it looks like both players are just kind of consolidating their forces. They're getting more units, adding them into their army composition. And I have a feeling that we may see an expansion go down pretty fast here from Oz.
Yeah, Oz has complete map control. He has more Immortals on the field. He had better upgrades also, if I recall correctly. So, Free is depending on the fact that he has more Archons, but the Immortals, they do so much firepower, and you can't ignore them. Now, Oz is just slowly moving around the map, trying to see if he can secure the right side. He also has a unit at the fourth base in that small pocket. and it seems like he's gonna slowly take the expansion.
That's what it looks like. And you know what, Oz? He is pretty far ahead in supply. Well, not as much as he used to be, but I think after another warping round, he'll be perfectly okay. And the +2 is going to finish right around the same that Free's +1 finishes. So he is going to retain that upgrade. And are we going to have a bit of a skirmish here? It looks like Free does not want to bite, but Oz wanting to move in, using a forward blink, sniping off a Zalt or two there, but then backing off, waiting for that +2, just making sure he can secure his 4th base.
Yes, because of the upgrade, because of the firepower, it's Oz's game to control. He could do what... He could pretty much control where Free's main army is going to be, and he doesn't want the main army to be in the middle of the map where he doesn't know where it is. He doesn't want the main army to cancel this 4th base, so that's why he's so active out on the map. Gonna pressure his opponent, but all he has to do is, unless he knows that he could win the engagement, just pressure his opponent, maybe kill the Nexus and pull out.
Exactly. All right, it looks like Oz, he wants to apply some pressure at that 3rd base here. Free moving into position to defend. I don't know. Is Oz going to go in for this attack? No. He is not going to go in for it. He thinks that, hey, that's actually not the best idea. I'm going to back out. And now it looks like Oz is the one floating a little bit of extra money right now. 172 to 176 supply. Free has been able to essentially even this out and actually scrape a little bit ahead there, but he has not taken his 4th base yet, while Oz, he has been focusing a little bit more on his economy.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the overall picture, it seems like both players have the same similar army count, but look at the production tab. He's getting a 2nd Robo, a Robo Bay for the Colossus. Oz already has a 4th base up. Free, he needs to make sure that he could take an extra expansion while also making sure that he wins a head-on fight. He's getting the +2, which is going to finish pretty soon, but Oz, his +1 defense, his armor is going to finish pretty soon.
Yes, the double forge, definitely a good choice for Oz. They're making sure his gateway army, or I guess overall army, is as powerful as possible. Both players are almost maxed out right now. Oz at 194 and 100, maxed out now, 192 for Free. So now it's 11 Archons for Free to the 7 for Oz, but Oz also has 2 more Immortals than Free, and both players are pretty similar on the Zealot and Stalker counts.
Oh, the Colossus might make a difference in the huge fight, because now it doesn't matter who has more bases, it's more of who has a better army and who wins the one engagement.
Exactly.
Now, since this isn't a Colossus war, it's not going to be as decisive as we saw back in Wings of Liberty.
All right, it looks like these Zealots are bringing Oz a little bit out of position here, but Oz knows about it. Free moving in with this army. Is he going to go for an attack? No, he's just sending some Zealots to the 3rd base. Going to try to do some economic damage here, but 2 Colossus are now out for Oz, and he's going to have the stronger army for now. The real question is, will these players go into more of a macro style? Uh-oh, those Zealots are actually doing a lot of damage. Are they going to be able to take down that Nexus? It's going to be close. Is he going to get it? It's so close. Yes, he's going to get the Nexus. The 3rd Nexus goes down, and Free is also harassing the other expansion of Oz here, but that is going to be thwarted, and weirdly not destroying those rocks there near that 3rd base, or sorry, 4th base.
Fantastic move by Oz. The reason why he did it is to free up the supply to get some Colossus out for himself. He has the tech now. I don't know if he got the 2nd Robo, but he's going to slowly stack on the Colossus count because his opponent already has it. Now, when it comes to the pro count, Free is still behind 56 to 68, but that also means that when it comes to the main battle, Free is going to have 8 more supply in his army.
Exactly, but Free, what he is lacking right now is Colossi. He is making some right now, though, and slowly trading Zealots for the Colossus. And currently, we have Oz. He's a little bit ahead in the Colossus count, and also has 1 High Templar in his army. I guess he just was saving that for feedback on the Mothership Core.
Yes, that's a great choice. If your opponent decides to kill a Nexus and then try to recall out, a feedback kills the Mothership Core, and they can't leave.
All right, looks like Oz throwing away some Zealots here, getting quickly taken out. He wants to make more army supply for those Colossus. 2 more Colossus on the way, plus 3 armor on the way, plus 3 attack for both players, just about to finish as well. And this is like Wings of Liberty all over again. We have the Colossi, we have the Archons, we have the Immortals, and then we have lots of charge lots. And it comes down to, you know, who has the better engagement angle. And ooh, Free wanting to engage in there, but deciding, nope, that may not be the best place to engage. And Oz, both players, they're setting up their armies, they're preparing for the attack here. And here we go. Free, though, he's backing up. He realizes he doesn't have the best angle here. And is one of those Colossus is going to get sniped off? No, it looks like it's going to barely survive.
Oz needs to be careful because he is going inside the pocket, and he will be able to kill the Nexus, no problem. But the problem is his main army is going to get trapped inside the pocket, so he needs to be careful how he takes out the Nexus. If he commits too much, then Free can come down, destroy his main army, and win the game.
I think Oz realizes this, though. He already has so much of his army in a perfect position to attack this, and now Oz, is he going to move in here? It's going to be very close. Both players setting up for a good angle here. Oz moving in with his main army composition. It looks like he has the better concave here, but Free, he's not out of it just yet. It's still very close between both players here. It looks like Oz, he is taking a slight supply advantage here. Yes, he is going to take the advantage, and it looks like Free, where are his Archons? It's impossible to tell. They're all gone now, and it looks like Oz, it's going to be so close. The Zealots are getting evaporated on both sides here, but look at that, 128, the 76 supply. Free is in a terrible position now.
Yeah, Oz was able to save more Colossus in that battle. He had more Immortals, which pretty much had such a strong firepower in that battle, melting all of the Archons, melting all his enemy units, and eventually winning the battle, and even killing his opponent's Nexus.
Have you ever seen Colossi walk that slow before?
Thank God to Time Warp. You could delay the push for a few seconds.
All right, well, we do have a Colossus-based armor for both players here. Unfortunately for Free, he just simply does not have the meat that he needs. And oh, this Colossus are all getting clumped up and hit by the AoE from Oz's Colossi here, but he is going to be forced back a little bit here. Those Archons are getting shredded apart. Not the best engagement angle for Oz there, but I don't think that really matters. He still is at 157, the 96 supply, definitely way far ahead in terms of army composition and supply, so things are just looking very, very grim for Free here.
The biggest difference is the economy. Oz is sitting on 4 bases. Free, he only has 3 bases for himself, which means that when it comes to economy, Oz will be able to replenish his army much quicker than his opponent.
And
so,
an even trade is still better for Oz over Free.
Yes, that is completely true. An even army trade.
All right, hold that thought. Looks like Oz, he wants to end the game here and now. Moving in with his Charge Lots, moving in with his Archons and the Colossi. They're going to be able to completely decimate Free's forces here. There is nothing that our Woongjin Stars Protoss player can do. This is going to be it. The last of the Colossus are about to fall. One goes down, another goes down. Free, not even having both hands on the keyboard, very unhappy about his loss, and that's pretty much going to be it. Free is going to be 0-2 against Oz, both in StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. EG Team Liquid, they are going to break their losing streak. GG! What a great start for Evil Genius's Team Liquid. Oz having some great performance that game. He played so solid, and throughout that entire game, there were some close parts where Free was looking like he was going to take the match, but in the end, Oz, he was able to hold on to that third base, playing the more economic game in the end, and now Evil Genius's Team Liquid is up 1-0 over Woongjin Stars.